Today, Precarious plays
Zone of the Enders. No, we'll just start straight away. This is the game.
Let's start with that.
Yeah. Like, I kind of want to lose. Like, I think it might happen anyway, because it wouldn't let me pick up the energy that I wanted to grab, that I'd been jetting back towards.
Alright, everybody, this is the game. Maybe this is what you decided to forget so long ago. So, several members of the population have died, and Rosman is having so much fun right now.
I'm not having any fun. I'm having negative fun. I do not feel like I have enough agency over this situation.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a very demanding game with a payoff that does not match what it's asking of me.
I bet the absolute value of the fun that you're having is pretty great though, right?
No. No, like the story isn't super compelling. It's pretty.
I meant the absolute value of like...
Oh.
I made a math joke. Are you proud of me?
No, because I am so angry right now. I am not at all thinking clearly. I'm actually going to put that in the unfair column. I don't know how he just jetted through my burst attack. That was obnoxious.
Do you think it's more... What do you think is more valuable as an opinion during criticism? How you're feeling while you're playing the game, or picking it apart after you've played it? I mean, the answer has got to be both, right? But still, when you're trying to decide whether or not to play the game and you're listening to somebody tell you about the types of things that happen in the game and their experience with the game, what do you listen to more? Their sort of like unquantifiable feelings while playing the game, or their breakdowns of like the systems and things that go down in like the mechanics and, you know, the blow by blow of the reality of the game?
For me, the most important thing about any game is that it has an idea that's supported by the mechanics. The best games are ones that just, they pick all of the right things to complement one another.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that...
That's why, for example, I don't much care for like BioShock Infinite.
Yeah.
Because the story it's trying to tell does not match like a first-person shooter much at all. That's a very like famous example.
That is it. But Shadow of the Colossus, it feels like every single aspect of that game was made together to
even
work
the
together.
size, even the disparity in size between your sort of undersized human character and your massive warhorse. They very intentionally picked those two things to go together.
And the music, like how the score fades in and out depending on where you are, all of the sounds, it's just all, like, it is a complete experience. It's like what games should be like.
Yeah, you might notice a change in energy. This is a new recording session, a little unorthodox in the middle of an episode. I don't know if we've ever done that before. It's because we had to retrieve the PlayStation 2 from the orbit of Jupiter. After the first time I tried this SOS mission, I failed. I'm not afraid to admit that. Mainly because I punched the console to Jupiter, and I think that is pretty rad. So that's why I'm not afraid to admit that I lost the first time.
You're gonna have to give me some gas for my spaceship, by the way.
It was,
Gas money's expensive in space. You owe me.
No kidding.
Try not to fight near the people who didn't escape.
I've decided to not care. I do not care about what happens to these people. I'm going to just try my best.
Damage to the surroundings increasing.
We'll see what happens.
We will hold battle position.
Oh, let me gather my thoughts for just a second. I don't know if we'll use any of the footage. It was bad. It wasn't fun. Bale actually pointed out a few things that I probably could have done differently. Mainly to just swallow my pride and use the escape function. Because there was a point where I knew that there was no way that I could keep going, but I insisted on continuing to try. So it's not that I didn't forget about the escape function, I just couldn't bring myself to use it.
You're not very much the type to run away.
No, I'm awful about knowing when to call it quits.
Yeah, you don't know when to bail.
That's good. I'm gonna use that later.
Bale does, though.
There's something that Bale actually asked me to talk about, and I can't do it for this particular fight because the level 4 guys here are just too powerful. They're too fierce for this environment. For me to try to fight them successfully in this environment, it's too hard. So, A.D.A.
Oh.
What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, today, I'm wearing my green helmet because it's Green Day, and it's a holiday that I made up after a band that exists, not to honor them so much as just to say the two words together. And also,
I see, that makes enough sense.
you can fly. Well, you can't, but Jehudi can. And me too. So we're cousins. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe cousins. Very distant cousins. Like the kind you wouldn't get in trouble for marrying.
Is there something that you want to say to Jehudi?
No.
Admitting one's feelings can be difficult.
Oh, no, it's not that. I just want to borrow her clothes. Like a sister. like a good cousin or a good sister. That would be super great. Oh my god, I would look awesome with wings like that.
But you don't... what would you do with them?
Okay.
It's not like you need them.
Yeah, well, and people don't need jewelry, and most people don't need purses either, but, that doesn't stop anybody.
I'm gonna do something dangerous. Okay.
You did it!
Firing into civilian zone feels pretty dangerous.
Yeah. So...
why is there a level 2 guy here? It's just so weird. This is going much better than it did last time, and I'm worried I might have just jinxed it, but it's worth it just to point out. It was the reason why it's not going up, why we're recording this again, is because it is the least fun I have ever had doing this show, period.
And that's saying something. There are some things we didn't publish.
Yeah. We tried several times before we found a game and a performance that we were happy with.
Yeah.
Oh my, whoa, these guys
have all
appeared very rapidly. Okay, stop throwing random junk, please.
So they made you, so it made you feel like basically not caring about any of the civilians? Like that is the mindset you had to fix yourself with in order to continue playing the game?
I think part of the problem is I still feel like I really sort of misunderstood how these engagements work. They really set a tone with Tempest earlier in the game. Mm-hmm. Because Tempest goes through and he's just burning everything, right?
Right.
So my goal, whenever I tried it before, was really to try to run through and basically pull everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that wound up being a really bad plan. I keep waiting for these guys to change their mind on the matter and suddenly start destroying stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have already prepared myself mentally for that. And if the survivor count starts dropping, I'm not gonna care, because what I'm doing right now, is the safest thing for me, and it should be the safest thing for the colonists, as the rules are right now. You know, going through and just pulling just one group at a time with the sniper rifle, like that.
So that you're like, you come dance.
Yes.
Dance. Woo!
That was not cool.
Nothing left for you to do but dance. Woo!
Tell me
Somebody
a
out there
story.
knows that song.
No, don't tell me a story. Tell me something relevant about the game. I forgot what this series is supposed to be about. See, that's what
I'm
this
just
game is
trying
doing
to-
to me. It's completely derailing me mentally.
I might sound like a therapist, but I just want to ask you questions to see how this game is making you feel.
Okay.
How it's delivering on, you know, different aspects that we have come to expect from Zone of the Enders. You know, like fast, awesome combat that is, you know, three-dimensional in nature. But, so as far as the story goes, you know, you're this kid who is, like, very serious about not killing anybody, which is why the survivor count is important. But because of the weird difficulty spike and the misunderstanding of how you're supposed to deal with this map, it made you step outside of the character
We will hold battle position.
that you're supposed to be trying to inhabit for, like, the playthrough of this game. Right? Is that fair to say?
Yes. I had completely... I didn't care about the game, the rules anymore for a minute there. I really just wanted to win. And I was really frustrated whenever I think
Battle position.
I pulled an additional 2 of, like, the armored raptors, like the punchy guys. And that's when I knew, like, I was probably not going to be able to win. And I hurled the console, the entire thing,
Yeah.
into orbit around a different body.
About that gas money.
Uh-huh.
Damage to the surroundings.
So, are you going to, like, take out, like, some loans? Or are you going to give it back to me in payments? You know what? This isn't part of the critique.
Increasing due to battle.
Damn
We
it.
will hold battle position.
And I think I just figured out what the game does. I think I just figured it out. I'm pretty sure that they
The outer area of the battle zone.
they don't do much until you are within, like, a particular range of them. So if I hadn't missed that sniper shot, those people wouldn't have died.
Yeah.
But that's not a good rule. That doesn't feel very good.
It doesn't feel very real. It kind of, like, ruins your disbelief, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It.
I don't care about the people or the game's rules right now, because that just wasn't fun.
So right now, this game is being an obstacle to itself.
Down the enemy.
I think right now the biggest obstacle is probably the sub-weapon design. I know that's weird to say, but I feel like the sub-weapon, in that particular instance, the thing that just messed me up
Yeah.
was, like, the slow, awkward aiming and the sub-weapon design. Like, I feel like with the goals that this game has in mind, a sub-weapon that's just like a battle cry of sorts, like an electronic, futuristic battle cry, which draws enemy groups, like a pulse, right? Some sort of pulse that draws enemies to you, would probably be, it would make more sense than what I'm doing right now. Like, I'm about to pull these guys with the sniper rifle. I'm feeling a lot better about this overall, though, because the survivor count is still higher than it was last time.
Yeah.
We'll finish this up tomorrow.
Okay. I have more questions I want to ask you.
Maybe I'll actually finally be able to talk about the thing that Bale wanted me to talk about.